Hello and welcome back to Newsmin. It's the 15th of March 2013 and right now it's time for some gaming news. In this episode we're talking Guild Wars 2 and the end of Culling, having a look at Dishonored's new DLC, checking out a couple of interesting videos including one of an amazing looking climate overhaul mod for Skyrim, a Shroud of the Avatar Forsaken Virtues trailer, a teaser for a game a lot of people have been waiting to hear about, Saints Row 4, BioShock Infinite's latest trailer and more, starting with Guild Wars 2. I know most, if not all of you know all about Culling in Guild Wars 2, and how much it sucks being killed by invisible players in World vs. World. It's kinda annoying and more often than not the fact that you don't get to see those models doesn't really seem to help at all, and don't even get me started on the poor optimization of the game. The culling system was initially put in place by ArenaNet to limit bandwidth usage and reduce client-side system requirements. This was done by only showing a certain number of characters on players' screens and, as I mentioned, kinda sucked. Now, however, after countless complaints from players, ArenaNet are pleased to announce that in the upcoming patch on March the 26th, they're gonna turn culling off completely in World vs. World. Under the new system being implemented, we'll have the option to render characters in 3 different ways, with high resolution models, lower resolution fallback models, or as nameplates only. Those are pretty self-explanatory, and in my opinion, it's great to see this finally happen and actually to get a choice in how it happens. As an extra, we'll also be able to set the character limit and overall quality of models used. Kinda cool, and again, I love that ArenaNet are as devoted as they are to making absolutely everything in Guild Wars 2 as good as it possibly can be. Sure, it's taken a bit of time, but at least they're doing it right. Read more about the removal of culling below if you're interested, and while you're down there, you can also read about how ArenaNet are looking to help smaller guilds out with guild missions. They haven't mentioned how yet, but the fact that they know it's an issue is good enough for me. Next up, we're talking Dishonored's Knife of Dunwall DLC. In the Knife of Dunwall, we'll take on the role of Dowd, the legendary assassin who, as you may know, killed the Empress. Now, this DLC, unlike the Dunwall City Trials, actually has a rather interesting sounding story that picks up right after the assassination and sees Dowd embark on a search for redemption. I mean, I personally already knew from playing through the campaign that he did kind of feel bad for killing her, and I really don't blame the guy. The outsider is obviously involved. Someone or something called Delilah is mentioned, and we're told we'll get access to new areas, we'll get to use new weapons, gadgets and abilities, and slay or spare new enemies. Also, the only sad part is that the conclusion to Dowd's story will only be revealed in the upcoming final add-on for Dishonored, the Brigmore Witches. Regardless of when it concludes, it does sound kind of fun and I'll definitely pick it up to give it a try. Dowd was one of the more interesting characters that we met in Dishonored and I'd absolutely love to learn more about him. The Knife of Dunwall DLC is going to be available on April the 16th on PS3 and on Steam for $9.99, as well as on Xbox 360 for 800 Microsoft points. Now, before jumping into the smalls, here are a couple of videos you could possibly check out if they seem interesting to you. Links can be found on your screens right now and will be opened in new windows. First up, a mod review covering the entirety of Tropical Skyrim, a complete and super impressive looking climate overhaul mod for the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. I'm not joking when I say complete or super impressive. Give the video a watch. If that wasn't enough, have a look at the first proper trailer for Richard Garriott's Shroud of the Avatar Forsaken Virtues, which actually makes the game look a whole lot better. Then an expectedly ridiculously crazy Saints Row 4 trailer that tells us the game is coming on August the 20th and will have superpowers in it. Finally, after all of that, I saved the best for last. Yet another BioShock Infinite trailer, and this one's called False Shepherd. I've been enjoying all these trailers immensely, as each and every single one shows at least something new and exciting that we hadn't seen before. The game can't come soon enough. With that done, let's have a look at the small, starting with something that is once again not gaming related. The Veronica Mars movie project on Kickstarter. Go. Then, you should probably also have a look at the 5th Humble Android bundle and GOG's Pick 5 promo. Bethesda have launched their online store, Eidos Montreal have told us a little more about Garrett the Master Thief, multiplayer has been confirmed for Cyberpunk 2077, Ken Levine of Irrational Games apparently shut down the idea of a BioShock movie, Ron Gilbert has left Double Fine and announced an iOS game, some rumors of a possible new Alice game have popped up, A modder has made SimCity work offline, removed the city size limits, and done all sorts of other craziness. There's a Sanctum 2 teaser to have a look at, a Neverwinter Control Wizard montage trailer, a Borderlands 2 teaser titled Mayhem Approaches, Payday 2's first teaser, screenshots and information, a new WildStar gameplay video, Sniper Elite 3 has been announced for current and next-gen platforms, there's some Star Wars First Assault leaked footage to have a look at, Civilization 5's Brave New World expansion pack has been announced, some new Dead Island Riptide screenshots have been revealed, and lastly, Minecraft 360 is going retail. That's it for this episode. Check back here soon for more. Subscribe if you like the content, and most importantly, happy actually seeing your enemies in World vs. World. Happy that.